U novom izdanju emisije Oni vole Srbiju gostit ćemo košarkašicu Crvene zvezde Medi Vilijams. Da ne gubimo vreme, idemo da je upoznamo i da čujemo njenu priču. Medi, thank you so much for your time. Super happy. My first question every time a guest is coming is, how are you doing? How do you feel today?
I feel great. Like I was telling you before, the weather is nice outside. So, and if you've been in Belgrade, then you know that we've had some real cloudy days this past week and last week. So it's been nice to have the sun out for a little bit.
It's been like a couple of months since you moved here. So now, how do you feel here in Belgrade? Do you feel a little bit at home?
I do. Being in Belgrade has been amazing. It's been really easy as a foreigner, you know, coming from home and moving to another country. The food is great. The people are super nice. And, you know, you kind of get that Southern comfort feel like I would if I was at home.
Great. It's very nice to hear this, and we will talk later about this part. But, you know, when I start this conversation, I always want to hear your stories, how everything started with basketball.
Okay, well, let's take it back then.
Yeah.
So I started playing basketball when I was 13 or 14, so I kind of got a late start compared to probably what most basketball players did, picking up a ball at 2 or 3. But when I was 14, I joined the basketball. I had just got done with track season, so I was running track and field, and somebody had just asked me to come join their summer league team, and I was like, okay, I don't have anything else to do, so let's go try basketball out. It was my first time ever picking up a basketball and playing in an organized sport, so I had a lot of fun. It was a good league. It was a good team, and that's where my love of basketball came from. And then after that, you know, we went high school, and I made the McDonald's All-American team in high school. So that was really cool. I didn't expect it to make it, but, you know, things happen. So I'm blessed and grateful for that. And then after the McDonald's game, I went to college, graduated from the University of Oklahoma after 5 years. And I had a great career there. And we finished with 20 plus wins in our last season, so that was a good season for us. And then after that, I got drafted to Seattle Storm, and they drafted me, and I went through training camp there, which was super enjoyable. It was great to be able to be around other pros on a level that, you know, we as players aspire to be on, the highest level of basketball. So that was super cool. And then after that, I got cut from their team, and I went to go play in Mexico for a little bit.
Wow.
That was my first professional, like, actual contract being on a team, was playing in Mexico, and that was a great experience too. I was around good people. There was good basketball, and all in all, just a good experience for a first year pro. After Mexico, I got signed in Turkey, and I played in Bursa for a few months. Had a good season there. And then after that, I went to Hungary, played in Hungary for a little bit, finished my season there. Went home, enjoyed the summer, and then I got signed to Red Star.
Okay, yeah, you told me everything right now.
No,
So all the
everything.
story,
The
all
whole
the story. But when you think of now about your journey, what was like the best moment, the best memory that you have so far?
That's a good question. Probably off the top of my head would probably be winning the Cup championship this year out in Boer with my team, with Red Star. Simply because that was my first championship as a professional in Europe. So that was a great opportunity and just a great experience to be a part of because, you know, I'm a European champion, so that's cool.
That's great. But okay, let's put this question this way now,
Yeah.
because you're talking about results. And I know you are an athlete, and for you, the most important thing is to win because you're so competitive and you want to win. But I'm talking about the memories with people, good memories, people that have a role in your life that
For
help
sure.
to, you know?
For sure, yeah. One of my favorite memories then would be, I remember telling this a little bit earlier. I'm a foodie. I eat everything. I eat anything. And so some of my favorite things to do with my teammates and my friends is to go out and try new restaurants and new places. And that was our favorite thing to do in Turkey. Was every day after practice or after a game, we were going to a restaurant. We were going to go eat and just, enjoy our time together and enjoy being around each other during that time. So just spending that time with my teammates in Turkey and being able to go eat with each other and things like that, spend that time with each other, that was a really good experience for me.
Do you have the same tradition, let's say, with your teammates here in Serbia? Are you hanging out together?
Yes, we do hang out together, but we don't go to a bunch of different restaurants together. Me and some of my teammates, we go for brunch every now and then, which is also a good time and kind of equivalent to what I was doing in Turkey, so that was good.
Great, great. Okay, let's go a little bit back.
Okay.
And I would like to hear about this transition when you came overseas. But this is a big thing, right?
Yeah.
In your life, because it's not only okay, you're going to play in another continent, but you're changing. Your life is changing completely,
sure.
upside down. Everything is going to be different. So how
For
was
sure.
that?
Well, this is not like my first experience in Europe. So my transition from America, being an American, being home, to coming to Europe, what am I trying to say? Like the way of living is not my first experience being in Europe. And so I was kind of accustomed to, okay, being in a different area, in a different situation where people might not look the same as you or might not speak the same as you. That was not my first time, but it is different in that the first times I was a tourist. So I was only coming for, a couple weeks or a few days. And, I'm seeing all the touristy spots. And that's way different than signing with a team and living in a different country for however long your contract is. But, it's been hard kind of being away from my family. But like I said, the people here are super nice and give that kind of at-home feeling. So it's been a cool adjustment coming from America to here.
Did you have another opinion about European basketball? I'm asking you this for this reason. I know for an athlete, even here in Europe, but especially in the States, when you start to play basketball, your dream is to play NBA, women NBA. You're not thinking about Europe. Europe is always a backup plan. I have the impression, and everybody's saying, players are saying this, that lately the level of European basketball is raising so much. And even here in Europe, you have a different sensation. You can see Zvezda games, Partizan games in Greece. So did you have maybe another opinion before coming here?
Honestly, I didn't know much about European basketball, and I'm sure that's probably the same for everybody in America, as far as knowing what it's like to be playing in Europe, or just what the atmosphere is like. Even if you're not coming to play and you just want to go to a Partizan game, nobody would probably expect for the atmosphere and the crowd and everything to be as intense as it is. And I think that it's something that everybody should experience, whether you're playing or not. I think it's a great opportunity to just see what European basketball and European culture is like. So coming over and seeing the intensity and the love that the fans and the people of the country have for basketball was just out of this world.
Yeah. What about your family? How did you feel when you moved here? I mean, I know it's difficult because you're alone. You moved alone, I presume, no, with your family. So how was that part? Because, okay, in Mexico is close. For the state is not a big deal, but Turkey, Hungary, Serbia, it's a little bit far.
I think the toughest thing was the time difference and trying to figure out our schedules. Like, okay, well, if I call now, are they going to be awake, or are they going to be at work, or if they call, am I going to be awake? Or we all have different responsibilities and obligations. Like, okay, maybe I can't be up until 3 o'clock in the morning morning waiting for my family to call because I have a practice
Yeah.
the next day. So I think that was like the hardest adjustment. I think at this point we kind of got it down. Like they know when to call me and I know when to call them, what that time looks like. And I think that it's important to, you know, find time for, you know, your family to come visit. And that's always a great opportunity too, for whenever your family can come and for however long it is, whether it's a week or a month or however long. I think it's important for your family to be able to come see you.
Yeah, for sure, because they are your biggest supporters.
Exactly.
The biggest parents. So I don't know if you have brothers or sisters.
Yeah. I'm the oldest, so I have a younger brother. He's 1 year younger than me, about, and my sister is 5 years younger. My mom and my sister actually got to come out last week, so they stayed for a week here. They didn't get to see me play, but they got to experience what Belgrade was like. And my mom wants to move here, so so that's a good sign.
That's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a great thing, because I can imagine when you told them, okay, I'm going to Serbia, they were like, where is that? Where is that? I know that. This is the answer. I know. I heard that many times.
I've heard it so many times too. But you know, if you just look at a map, you can find it somewhere. You can find it somewhere.
Actually, I'm a little bit surprised because we're popular in the States because of Jokic. Everybody knows about Serbia. The only thing, if you ask them to point it out, they don't know. In the map,
they know that it's a country, but they don't know where on the map it is. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But were you scared before coming here?
Not
scared. Okay, let me ask again. Not scared because it's a dangerous country. No, but scared of the unknown. Because it's not a super popular country. It's not like Italy, it's not France. It's like, okay, you're going to Serbia and not having a lot of information about Serbia.
Yes.
So I presume you did a research before coming. So how did you prepare for moving here?
TikTok actually helped me out.
You're great.
Yeah, just looking up, you know, even just typing in the search bar Belgrade. Okay. A bunch of videos will pop up like, oh, things to do in Belgrade, things to eat, things that you should experience.
Yeah, you're a foodie, right?
Yeah.
You're a foodie.
Of course. So that's the first video that I clicked. Anything with food in it, I clicked that video. So that was kind of how I did my research, was, you know, doing a little bit of a TikTok dive and see what Belgrade was like. So the unknown, I think, you know, you never know what to expect whenever you're moving to a different place. So I think definitely that came with, you know, coming into Serbia and Belgrade. But it for sure is not anything that I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you said before that not Americans don't know a lot about Europe because you're concentrating on American sport. But this country have an enormous tradition when it comes to basketball. And now that you're here, I presume you know that. So how do you feel when you know that you're a part of something that big and that important in this continent?
Man, it's amazing. It's amazing because you just feel like you're part of something bigger. Yeah. You know, and something that people care about. Yeah. Not a lot of people, and there's so much stuff going on in America that there's like you can't ever have anything like hyper focused on one thing, you know. And whereas like here, you know, regardless of what you have going on in your personal life, you know that at the end of the night there's going to be a derby game I can go to and I'm going to have a blast, you know. So that's been super cool to be a part of that kind of culture.
Yeah, you're having a great season so far, and the cup was a big thing. So the first trophy of the season, so it's pushing you to do better and better. And well, even the guys won the cup, so was Zvezda time.
Yeah,
Zvezda vibe. So how do you feel now when you think about this moment?
And no, it feels good to know that, you know, we accomplished something that we came into the season wanting to accomplish. And like you said, there's another step that we have to take in just winning the whole league. So yes, we won the cup, and you know, we celebrated that and we did what we wanted to do there, but now we have to move on to the next thing, and that's winning the whole league. And so now we're focused on that, and you know, we've been practicing super hard and preparing for that time to come.
Mm-hmm. another big thing here in Serbia is this rivalry between Red Star, Zvezda, and the Partizan. So, what do you think about this?
It's pretty cool to be part of a culture that has rivalries, because you don't really get that everywhere. But
Yeah.
and you just know that the atmosphere and the intensity is going to be different whenever you come and you play as a Red Star player, as a Red Star fan. Whenever you're playing Partizan, it just brings a different like energy and aura to it. So it's super cool, because it's like it's unconsciously. It's like you don't even try to bring this energy. You don't try to like be super intense with the rivalry, but just naturally it just comes because that's what you're surrounded by.
Yeah, it's not know how to explain that, but when Partizan and Zvezda are playing against each other, this is a different dimension. It's a lot of emotions, a turmoil of emotions, because that is special. It's not only about a game. It's about prestige. It's about, I don't know, pride, reputation, a lot of things. So even, did you watch the male games?
Yeah, I've been to a couple. I went to Red Star and FC Barcelona game, the EuroLeague, and then I went to a Partizan and Red Star derby game.
Good choice.
Yes. Oh yeah. Super good game. It was a totally different atmosphere, and I even got to go so in the EuroLeague game, Red Star was of course the home team. For the derby game, Partizan was the home team, so the crowds were different.
Yeah.
So, and even just experiencing that, I was like, wow, like this is crazy.
Yeah. Now, I want to know, what did you say to your family, to your friends in the States after this game? Your reaction,
no, they go hard for their basketball teams. They go hard for basketball, and you don't get that everywhere. So, you can really appreciate when a culture is like that.
You know what I wanted to ask you? It's been a while since you moved to Europe, and how Europe changed you as a player.
Well, definitely the styles of basketball is different for sure. So I mean, we can talk the X's and the O's and the tactics and all of that, but personally, me, it's just it's made me had to hone in who I am as a player and really like work on my skills and what it would look like in European basketball, if that makes sense. So, I play one way in the States because this is, how they play. Then once you get to Europe, it's completely different. So you have to tap into other skills. So, yeah.
Great. Now I would like to talk a little bit about your life here.
Okay.
To open this chapter, just to hear you to already tell me that you like here, that you like the food, you like the people, that you have only good words for this country, these people. But I would like to hear that again, because the audience didn't hear that. So tell me, how do you feel? How do you like here? How your parents reacted? Tell me more. I want to hear the details.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I love Belgrade, from the people to the food to the nightlife to just just everything about it is just like it's like a dream almost. It's like you just wouldn't expect Serbia or Europe to be this way. And I've enjoyed everything about Belgrade. And like I said, my mom and my sister came down here, so we were able to go see all the historic places, and we went to the mall a few times and shopped a little bit, and I introduced them to cevapi and a grill plate and all of those things. So, and they were astounded at how they were like, wow, this is not what we expected Serbia to be like. More details, I don't even know. There's just so
Okay, everybody here speaks English a little bit, so it's not difficult for you guys to have a communication with people. But did you learn some words or something in Serbian?
In Serbian, yeah. My teammates, they forced me to speak Serbian every single day, or to at least try. So we have Serbian lessons every day, and I learn things. We count in Serbian all the time, so I can probably count up to like 20 or 30, something like that. Yeah. The basics. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you. Do you want me to say
Medi kako si? Kako si Medi?
Dobro.
Super, great. Great. I thought you were lying. Okay.
No, I'm so serious.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
I'm
Okay.
so serious.
I'm glad that this time around was good because I think you can be very more productive if you like the
I agree.
environment.
I agree
Definitely.
with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly because my time in Turkey was, don't get me wrong, I was surrounded by great people for sure. My teammates were super cool. And they were the ones that actually allowed me to, you know, play to my fullest potential. But whenever, you know, your coach and your fans and everybody is just like for you and everybody is supporting you, then you up your level again. So yeah, it's super important for the people around you to be to be
I
backing you up.
understand. I just feel like hear more. We need to say this. We need to say this.
Yes, I like hear more. We can say that and put that on the books.
I wish you all the luck out there, and thank you again for this conversation. To wrap up, this is the camera. I didn't tell you this part. My guest is wrapping up. We have a short message for the audience.
Come out to a women's game. We play really good basketball. We're fun to watch.
Definitely. You did good.
That was
you did
good, right?